Well, there you are.
I know.
You waited 3.5 hours outside the middle of the hotel in Manchester.
No.
If I'd have knew, I'd have come out and seen it. Yeah. By the way, they're wicked colours.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thanks.
MB...
Nice leopard skin print, yeah.
Yeah. MBE, eh? Since last we met. That's
yeah,
good.
you know, I was absolutely delighted with the MBE. My parents was, and you know, it's a privilege. It was an honour.
Your mum and dad will be very proud.
Very, very proud. I love my parents dearly. You know, I give them the biggest amount of respect for bringing me up the way they have. And the whole of my family, you know, my brothers and sisters, were a very, very close and stable family.
It's interesting, isn't it, when you think about it? It's a remarkable story. I mean, your dad came with nothing from the Yemen to Sheffield and went to work in the steelworks, and then your mum came over, and then 9 children and a shop and all that. And they're plain remarkable people.
It worked pretty fast, my dad, I must say. Yeah, I mean, my dad came over on his own and not a word of English, and, you know, communicated and worked in the steel industry and did really, really well. That's why I give my dad so much credit, you know, for coming thousands and thousands of miles and communicating and working. And then my mum, I've got to give her all the credit in the world. Obviously, I love her dearly, but she's brought up 9 of us, and she's carried 9 of us, you know, and she must be so, so strong, because, I mean, I'm married and I've got a beautiful son myself, and I've seen my beautiful son born, and to see the pain my wife went through, and then I'm just thinking about my mum for a split second, 9 of us, you know, so, you know, fed us all, closed us, raises. I must give her all the credit in the world. I love you, Mum. If you're watching...
I mean, the nice thing about being brought up in a family like that is that you are able to show your appreciation, aren't you, now? I mean, you're a rich lad now. You can afford to give
definitely. I mean, my first object was with my family, as soon as I made it, or made enough money, was to secure my family. And that's the first thing that I did. I bought my parents a nice big house, you know, helped my brothers and sisters, and they all helped me. We all worked together. They all worked for me, and my parents are really, really happy, and the whole of the family is, and I made sure that I just wanted to help them, and that was my first objective, you know.
But you bought your mum a car?
My mum can't drive, but...
You bought her a car?
My dad got a nice Merc, so she wanted a nice Merc, so I said, listen, you can have one, I'm cool with it, and put my sister on the payroll to drive her about, so...
Now you've got this now. What you've done now, the Hamad family now is organised as one corporate whole, aren't they? Because the other people who were running your life before that, Brendan and Frank Warren, they've gone now, and you're being looked after by your brothers and the rest of your family. Does that make you feel more secure?
Definitely. I know exactly what's coming in and what's going out, and obviously my family, the blood, and I know I can trust them down to the ground with everything, the whole of my life. And for once in my life, I can control my own destiny, what I want to do and what I want to achieve, and to fight whoever I want to fight, you know, to win the world titles that I want to win. And that's the best thing about it.
You felt then that you're being manipulated and exploited, in a sense?
Definitely, I did, yeah.
Because that's the problem. I mean, boxing's not a dirty game as far as the boxers are concerned. It's a dirty game as far as the people surrounding boxers are concerned. I mean, your great hero, I mean, Muhammad Ali, of course, was one of the guys you could say now, he was exploited in a big way.
I definitely think he was exploited, you know, in what a great man he was, a great champion, an ambassador for whole sport, not just boxing.
Now, you talked to Ali, didn't you, recently?
I spoke to Muhammad Ali. It was an unbelievable experience. I mean, I couldn't wait to meet him and couldn't wait to speak to him, actually. I spoke to him on the phone, and I could actually hear exactly what he was saying most of the time, but he's still... I remember saying to him on the phone that I couldn't wait to meet you, and I've been dying, that's what I said to him, I've been dying to meet you. And I remember the first word, he's so fast, he's still so fast. I remember him saying, don't die.
Did he think it was me he was talking to?
I'll have to put him through to you, I mean, I'm not...
There's the sadness about Ali, of course, I mean, is that, and for any boxer like yourself, you have to look at him and see him as a warning, don't you? I mean, if it can happen to Ali, it can happen to anybody.
I would say, you know, whatever written for a man is written, you know. That's
you believe that it's fate, that?
Definitely, you know. I think when I look at it in a certain way that I put to myself when I was younger, I think he was that extraordinary as a man. I think God just wanted to show everybody that he was human, you know. But you know,
It's a great
I just
way
feel
of
so.
looking at
I
it.
just feel so sorry for the man, but. It's so fortunate, but still, he's a living legend, and he's my idol, and you know.
I loved him too. I mean, I think it was amazing, but I just feel very sad when I see him. And I mean, what you just said is a wonderful way of avoiding the issue of you know, the damage boxing can do to a person. I mean, which you must be aware of.
Well, you know, I know all the risks in boxing. I think all the professionals do, and in saying that, the medical supervision that we've got now is really, really good. It's excellent.
But do you ever consider getting hurt? Do you ever think it's possible?
I don't think about the negative side of boxing. I just think about being victorious and, what can I say, just doing the business.
But I mean,
and winning and...
When did you first have this in you? I mean, when did you know that you were going to be a champion, that you were going to be a good boxer, a great boxer?
I suppose from the age of 12, I thought,
12.
You know, I was winning national titles and I was boxing for the country, and I thought, you know, I can do something in this game, and I want to turn professional. You know, I started at the age of 7, so comes to 12, I'd been boxing quite a few years.
And do you love it? I mean, does it really is it like a drug with you when you walk out there and the music playing? And...
Oh yeah, it's the biggest buzz, and it's one of the best feelings you can ever get. I can't compare it with a feeling in life, you know, apart from being my wife in my bedroom, but obviously that's totally different, you know what I mean?
Well, the obvious question is basically... That's it, we won't ask.
But it's an unbelievable feeling, yeah, and I just get such a buzz, and I get a buzz out of giving the crowd a buzz, you know, and such a... what can I say? Just giving such a buzz, you know what I mean? It's an unbelievable feeling. I just want to be up there, and I want to fight, and I want to win. I want to make people proud, my family. You know, the whole of Britain. I'm carrying the flag, and the whole of the Arab world.
You've got this. That's interesting that you said that. I mean, what are you? You're British and an Arab and a Yorkshireman.
I definitely am. It's good to be interviewed by a Yorkshireman. You know, it's good to be here, and you know, you taking over is how you've done being so successful. I give you all the credit in the world, and
thank you.
What can I say?
Good. All right, so now what you've got now, it seems to me, you've got the family around you, you've got the people around you, okay, and you've established yourself, you're a world champion, and you've now got this next phase now, haven't you? You've got very important things to do. You've got to actually win over America, haven't you? You've got to do that.
Definitely.
That's the next thing.
I just want to go over and prove to them Yanks that they aren't the best fighters in the world. I want to prove to them that I'm going to be whooping them and I'm going to be beating them, just like they came over and beat us. And I know I'm going to conquer. It's going to take me some time, and time will tell, but I know I'm going to conquer, and I know I'm going to go out there and beat the best fighters. So. And
how long do you give yourself? Have you set yourself a time limit on this, or what?
I would say around about 3-4 years. I'd have got the ultimate respect by the Americans. Trust me.
3 or 4 years.
3-4 years. What do you think? Cheers.
Yeah. What do you think of Tyson?
Mike Tyson. I just think the man is very, very confused. I think he's very confused, and I think that I can't justify anything that he's doing or anything that he's done, but a great fighter he is, and then all the stuff he does outside the ring is, you know, I can't.
No, I'm talking about the stuff in the ring of the ear and that.
Biting somebody's ear off. Again, I think that fight it came along, and I think he was thinking the referee wasn't giving him enough attention when Evander was butting him. So
he sure got it.
I think he just went mad and took the fight into his own hands and bit his ear off.
Do you like boxing, Caroline? Do you like?
I love what you do, but I actually love the stuff you do before you get in the ring. You know, all the twirling about and dancing.
That's the thing with me. I just want to. I want to entertain. I'll do all of that then.
I do love watching boxing. Yeah, it's something brilliant about it, isn't there? I mean, I do think it's quite a rough sport.
What do you think about ladies boxing? Because there's actually the news this week that Muhammad Ali's daughter's going to fight in the ring. Do you see that?
I hadn't heard about that. I thought she was a singer.
No, this is about whichever daughter it might be. But one of them is certainly going to become a prize fighter. You ever fancy
I was going to ask Caroline what...
I don't
You
like
like
a
boxing,
fight,
what-
well, I don't fight myself. I don't.
You might be good. You want to try it out?
You're a bit too good for me, Chris.
Not really, honestly, no. And I meant just training, just because it's a good way to keep yourselves fit, to tell you the truth.
Well, that's right. I mean, you're fitter than any of us could ever imagine to be.
Well, I like to be fit and I like to stay fit, and I just make sure that I'm mentally and physically right when I get into fight. That's the main thing.
No, you've never drunk in your life, have you?
Never tasted alcohol.
You haven't?
And I don't intend to either.
You're not? You have
No, never.
Are you not curious about it at all, don't you?
They say what you don't have, you don't miss, and I believe in that saying, you know. I've never had it, I don't miss it, and...
It's lovely.
Well, I don't... Another thing, obviously, I've been brought up as a Muslim.
Sure.
And, you know, my parents were quite strict, and it's helped me with my boxing a lot. You know, it's a way of life, and I'm sticking to that.
You'd be fighting everyone if you'd had a drink, wouldn't you? You're controlling you.
Well, you know, I'm not planning to. I'm going to leave that to you, but obviously you've done what you've had to do, and you're cool with it now, and I'm just so happy that you're getting on with your life in the best way, and you know, and I'm still not coming on Mrs. Merton. But you know, I did like the show, and I loved the show when you just taking the mick out of all them people. You know, I used to switch on every time. So as you say, you're a fan of mine, I'm a fan of yours.
Oh, blimey, kind.
Okay. Don't get too cozy.
You can leave now,
No, guys, listen, I've got to tell you, I left a long time ago, actually. Next fight?
My next fight, I want to invite you to my next fight. And with you, Karen, I want you to come, and hopefully you could come as a couple. I mean,
I'll just be trolling down the road.
I'll be fighting in April. And I think it may be in London or Manchester.
No, a young man called Ingle, is it?
Believe it or not, he's refused to take the fight.
Has he?
And I'm being very, very surprised. I mean, all the mouth he gave, and I'm very disappointed in the guy. I mean, I'm the featherweight, out of all the featherweights, that puts the purses on the line that they get the biggest amount of money fighting me. Now, I just can't believe that this man, because he may not get another chance, is not fighting me. For obviously he knows he's going to get beat. I know that already, but I'm in a wicked way, in a great way. But saying that, he's going to get the biggest purse of his life, and he didn't want to take it.
Sure. So who's it going to be? Do we know yet?
We haven't selected an opponent yet, but I can guarantee he's going to get took out. Trust me. You're going to get that show before it. Trust me.
What are you going to do when you do lose? Because I mean, I know. I mean,
lose?
I know. I mean, you are going to. Yeah, but right. I mean, I know you've been not just lucky, you're brilliant, but you have won every fight, haven't you? But
I've had 31 now, and I've won 31. Thank God. I thank God for the position that I'm in, you know, because as I say, I do believe that everything is written for me, and I just thank God for the position I'm in to secure the whole of my family and lead me in the right way. But if I did lose, which I never talk about losing, I can't visualise myself getting beat, as I always say, but I'll just train really, really hard and make sure I'd box him straight after and beat him.
What's it been like being interviewed by two people?
It's wicked. Sorry about that.
Not at all.
She's distracting me a little bit. Thanks, Caroline.
She's wonderful. But thanks, that was great. Naseem Hamad, thank you very much indeed for the moment.
Thank you.